Trade agreements and ISF, the impact on import security filings. Welcome back to our customs brokerage video series. In today's episode, we will be exploring an interesting topic that affects the import-export industry: the influence of trade agreements on importer security filing, ISF, requirements. Let's dive right in. Understanding importer security filing. Before we delve into the influence of trade agreements, let's quickly recap what importer security filing is. Importer security filing, also known as ISF, is a mandatory requirement by U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, for importers to submit specific information about their cargo before it arrives in the United States. The purpose of ISF is to enhance the security of the global supply chain. Importance of trade agreements. Now, let's discuss the significance of trade agreements. Trade agreements establish terms and conditions for commerce between two or more countries. They aim to reduce barriers and promote economic cooperation. These agreements cover areas such as tariff rates, customs and border procedures, intellectual property rights, and more. Trade agreements' influence on ISF requirements. Trade agreements can significantly influence ISF requirements. When two countries have a trade agreement in place, they often agree to streamline customs processes, including the ISF. Such agreements may exempt certain shipments or reduce the amount of data required for ISF submission. Harmonized Tariff Schedule and ISF. The Harmonized Tariff Schedule, HTS, plays a crucial role in ISF requirements. The HTS is an internationally standardized system for classifying goods. When trade agreements modify tariff rates, it affects the HTS codes assigned to products. As a result, importers must accurately classify their goods to comply with ISF requirements. Free trade agreements and ISF are trade agreements that aim to eliminate or reduce trade barriers between participating countries. These agreements often lead to preferential treatment for certain goods, such as reduced or zero tariffs. Importers must ensure that their ISF submissions accurately reflect the benefits provided by FTAs to avoid potential penalties. Bilateral and multilateral trade agreements. Trade agreements can be categorized into bilateral and multilateral agreements. Bilateral agreements are between two countries, while multilateral agreements involve multiple countries. Both types of agreements can have an impact on ISF requirements, as they may introduce new provisions or modify existing ones, requiring importers to stay informed and update their ISF accordingly. Regional trade agreements. Regional trade agreements focus on a specific geographic region and involve multiple countries within that region. These agreements aim to create economic integration and boost trade within the region. Importers should be aware of these agreements, as they might introduce unique ISF requirements specific to that particular region. Regular updates and compliance. One important aspect to keep in mind is that trade agreements and ISF requirements are subject to change. It is crucial for importers to stay up to date with the latest developments in trade agreements and ensure compliance with the corresponding ISF requirements. Regularly reviewing and updating ISF submissions is key to avoiding delays, penalties, and potential shipment holds. That wraps up today's episode on the influence of trade agreements on importer security filing requirements. We hope you found this information valuable and insightful. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos, where we'll be diving deeper into the world of customs brokerage and international trade. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.